New Japan Cup season. It's time for NJPW's New Japan Cup 2025. Hello, and today was the start, the opening of the New Japan Cup. Well, technically yesterday, but it's the start of the New Japan Cup 2025. Let's get right into it with yesterday's news. Yesterday, what ended up happening was it was supposed to happen, and yesterday being Friday, it was supposed to be on Friday, March 7th, but some issues happened as Hiroshi Tanahashi came out to explain that this was not the regular ring that they use, because the ring that they normally use was on the road currently, and it was on its way back. So they had to use a different ring which didn't align with the ropes that they had, and it just couldn't work, and it happened to snap. As you could tell, the ring post didn't. If anyone who saw it noticed the ring post were a little bent over. He said that the ropes couldn't really fit in, so they said instead of just saying no, we're gonna give you guys a night to remember, which is photo sessions, and we'll even have photo sessions with factions, except House of Torture because they're not here tonight. We're going to do little talks with the factions here and there, photo sessions. You could take photos. You can take photos with the different wrestlers as they come around. So he wanted to make things happy, and the crowd was really happy and cheering. Goes, thank you. So they announced that the event has been moved to tomorrow, which would be today as a time of recording, March 8th, because we'll have the ring by then. So I'm like, okay, cool. Thank you, Mr. Tanahashi-san. Thank you. I actually sat through the whole thing, and a lot of the people in the crowd were like sitting through. They didn't care. Like, you know what? Let's have fun with this. So the first people to come out was Chaos. We had some of Chaos, not all, just some of them came out. But they also mentioned that Tanahashi also mentioned 30 minutes prior to this event, they had to cancel it because that's when they realized that they just can't get the ropes and the ring post together. So, but that was when some of Chaos came in to just do that little explanation thing. Next came out Just Four Guys. Taka Michinoku starts talking out and all this stuff, and Taka Michinoku just talks to the crowd, thanking them and apologizing, as already Tanahashi did. They take some photos with some of the fans, and then mention that the other two members of Just Four Guys are at home. They're not here today. So Taka Michinoku apologized again about that. So I didn't mind, because I understood why they were not there, because they were not scheduled to be on the New Japan Cup that day. So I totally understood. And then next we had TMDK's Hartley Jackson and Ryohei Oiwa. They both came out. They did their things. They talked to the crowd. They both talked to the crowd. They did their stuff. They posed a bit. They took their shirts off, did some most muscular poses, and then after taking photos of the audience as usual, we had United Empire come out. They had the largest crowd reaction. Yeah, woo! United. They were going crazy. The crowd went nuts for them. Great-O-Khan talks. He apologized, and then they had a special pose, which I loved. That Francis Akira. Oh my god, I love it. Thank you. If anyone watches Dragon Ball Z, Ginyu Force! Yes, I like that pose. The pose is amazing. As a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, the Ginyu Force pose was amazing. My pose photo of that. And I like they made everything fun, And then after, when they were leaving, I do like that Jeff Cobb's body slams Francisco Akira. I do like that. It was funny. Then next comes out LIJ. We had Hiromu Takahashi, Yota Tsuji Bushi, and Tetsuya Naito. Because again, Shingo Takagi was not scheduled for that night, so that made sense. So I was like, all right, cool. They did their stuff. They a lot of photo shoots. They came out from the stands, so they did a lot of photos with the fans, selfies. Oh, by the way, going back, I like that Jeff Cobb when United Empire was in. He took someone's DSLR camera. It's like, wait. And he took it, started taking photos for them, and he's like, that was funny. And also, some of the wrestlers that I follow on Instagram, I like that they shared that moment. After that, we had War Dogs come out. Oh, by the way, I did like that the commentary mentioned that Bushi was wearing a pair of vintage 1943 Levi's jeans. I did not know that Bushi was a vintage collector. Wow. I props to Bushi because I too love vintage too. I do love that vintage. Yes. So it was cool to learn that Bushi is into vintage and he likes vintage Levi's because he's wearing a 1943 Levi jean. And they mentioned it's something like 300,000 yen, and I was like, yeah, I believe it. I totally believe it. And then after that, War Dogs came out. Gabe Kidd, Drilla Malone, Taichi Ishimori came out. They high five the crowd, take selfies, quickly in and out and leave. High five commentary, blah 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 blah. And then they were supposed to be over. Then Hiroshi Tanahashi comes back out, talks to the crowd, and calls it a once in a lifetime situation, once in a lifetime moment. And I totally agree with a once in a lifetime moment. They all come out with some of Chaos comes out. We had Toriyanu come out. Fans chanted evil, but Tanahashi says, nope, evil is not here. Let's see, we had a Hiroku Gato comes out with El Desperado, ELP, Hiroshi, we had a Hiroshi Tenzin, Satoshi Kojima, Tiger Max, Yuji Nagata. This was like a cool meeting, and they're like, hey, we got an hour to whatever, we'll just stay in. El Fantasme kisses everybody in the ring. I loved the moment like that. That was beautiful. That they were just playing with the off each other. Yuji Nagata talks about it's been 14 years since his last IWGP title defense. And by the way, commentary kept bringing up Yuji Nagata has a record for most IWGP titles at 10, and I'm like, he's Mr. IWGP. What else? And I understand why Hiroku Gato wanted to face him, because Mr. IWGP. So they take pictures, they go down, all of them all go down through memory lanes, and they go around, they're just going like, hey, there's no script, so let's have fun with it. And then Hiroku Gato brings up how at the 53rd anniversary, which I love that he brought this up, that he wishes that his kids were at the event, but he goes home, his daughter's asleep, his son's studying. He just wished that they were there because of the monumental moment. But he's like, if his son has to study, he has to study. If his daughter wanted to sleep, let her sleep. So I totally get it. But I love that they went very personal here. And then I also love that ELP went on commentary for a while and started bouncing back and forth with commentary. And he said we should have done Bloodsport, and I was like, yo, yeah, Bloodsport. And he's like, let's see, why don't we just do Jeff Cobb versus everybody, 2 hours? How far can Jeff Cobb go? They're like, I would love that. And then after it was all done, they bring out the Young Lions. Respect to all the legends and the veterans for giving the Young Lions some time to shine. I highly respect what New Japan does for the Young Lions. Really give them a spot and a time to shine. Like, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Look at Gabe Kidd. He was a Young Lion, and now look where he is. Respect. Literal respect, So I respected that they came out, they did what they did. They all go around taking pictures, photos, selfies, and after Tanahashi goes goodbye, it's supposed to be over, but no. Abima apparently said, no, we're not done. Get back out there. So then we had LIJ come out and like a duck waddle, like penguin waddle out. And I was like, yo, this is hilarious. They all go in the ring. They start talking to each other. And then they're like, where is Shingo? And then one of them mentioned, Shingo's coming. Shingo Takagi came running out. Like, oi. And everyone looked. They're like, Shingo's there. And Shingo Takagi mentions, I was at the gym and I just found out. So I got dressed. go. And they were just sitting there for the remaining of the time, talking and shooting the shit like just friends, just group of friends together, just hanging out. And I was like, yo, I would so listen to a podcast. But I give respects to New Japan for making fun out of a bad situation, turning a bad situation into a good situation. So this is one thing why I love New Japan Pro Wrestling, because they do things like this. Like for example, other promotions would just be like, we have to. Who cares if the show would look like crap? Who cares? Like I don't want that. I'd rather you do something else that'll make it better and give us a better performance tomorrow or the next day or whenever. So I really respect, and I respect the fact that Tanahashi did mention no matter what, whether you stay and watch all of this for the 2 hours or leave, no matter what, everybody gets a refund on their tickets for tonight. And if you'd like to keep your ticket, you can keep your ticket. And if there's any space left, any seats left tomorrow, you can come tomorrow as well. So that was very not kind of New Japan to do. Highly respect. I tip my hat. I bow in respect to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Very much highly respect. Now we go into today, March 8th, which is the official opening of the New Japan Cup, which I was very, 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 very hyped for, the 2025 New Japan Cup. We start with a great opener. Well, now, before we go into it, I wish that they maybe cut one or two matches out so we can get more of the first round matches in, so we could end it a little quicker. So maybe if you want to do other things or other events or more road twos, you can. But I totally understand. The opening match, Tiger Mask, Satoshi Kojima, Hiroshi Tenzan and Yuji Nagata versus versus Chaos members Honma Tomoka, Toru Yano, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Hiroku Gato. This was a great match. This match had everything. Everybody showed in their stuff. The legends still could go. I will say it. All of the legends still can go. Being that they're in their 50s, they have no ring rust, no show of slowing down. They all still feel like they're wrestling back when they first came in, like when they're 20, 30 years old. So I love it. And I also loved everything that Chaos did. They really showcased and really promoted everything going into the New Japan Cup this match. Beautifully done. I give it a 3.5 stars, with Nagata pinning Honma with a back suplex, which was very, very, very good. At first, I was like, maybe they should just like Chaos. No, it makes sense for Yuji Nagata to get the win because he has a IWGP heavyweight title match. So build the momentum for him. Congratulations on that. Next, we have United Empire's Great-O-Khan, Jacob Young, and Jeff Cobbs versus Jado, El Desperado, and ELP. I want to say two of the three are Chaos members, but yeah, I give this match a 3.5 stars with a submission win by ELP on Jacob. Everybody did their things. I love tag matches, so this felt like a tag match. Not a strong 3.5 because the previous tag match was a stronger 3.5. This is a just made 3.5. Okay, but it was still great. Everybody did their things. I liked how some of the moments where they went outside and they're all like fighting, and I like where some moments you have like getting in almost into the stands, but then coming back in. And recently, El Desperado has been winning with the leg submission, the leg torture rack kind of move. So I like it. So I'm giving this a 3.5 stars. Then we get into the next match. Before that, Clark Connors challenge. I like that Clark Connors challenged El Desperado in a hardcore match. Amazing. I'll take the hardcore match. And I like that he challenged for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, and El Desperado accepted. He's like, "Oi, Clark Connors, hardcore match. Okay." And I was like, yes, we got it. I love to see that. I'm pretty sure they will put on a banger of a banger. I think they could put on a 3.75 or maybe even a 4-star match. I could see that. So that's why I'm excited for that match. Now we move into next match. We had United Empire's Francisco Akira and Coleman Newman versus LIJ, Los Ingobernables de Japón, Bushi and Tetsuya Naito. The only thing I'm gonna say is I don't care who in LIJ because I'm a big LIJ fan. My favorite faction is Los Ingobernables de Japón. It is. So I don't mind. But for sense, to make a little bit of sense, why couldn't Hiromu Takahashi? I get it. My top 10. I get it. I get it. But it's more because he's a tag champ. He's the IWGP tag champion with Naito. But I get it. Bushi's there tonight. So okay, put Bushi in. I give this match a 3.25. Not as strong as the previous tag matches, but it was good. It was good. But I do like that Akira pins Bushi because they're building Francisco Akira. And I've noticed that they're building him. So I'm like, let Francisco Akira get a win. And I get it that don't pin Naito because you don't want to be like, oh, I pinned the one half of the tag champ when they're trying to build Francisco Akira more in the singles route because I've noticed TJP hasn't been around for a little bit. So I feel like they're moving in the direction of Francisco Akira is more singles, and TJP will probably be with Coleman Newman going forward, maybe as a junior tag, maybe who knows. But I like the direction they went. Now we start with the New Japan Cup matches. This is where we go. The first match of the New Japan Cup. We had Yuya Uemura versus Sanada. We give it a 3.25 stars. Both got their moves in. Both did everything. They really pushing this feud that Sanada really says, F just 4 guys. I will kill every member of 4 guys just so that I can piss off and ruin Taichi's career. And I like it. I like that they're still going with that whole thing with Sanada. I do. You know, because the first thing they go out, fight, 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 fight in the stands. That's right. They were fighting like all over the stands, come back in the ring. They do their things. But I do like that they finally said, okay, you know what? Yuya Uemura, get a win. Sanada, that's enough because we need to continue this, right? If Sanada wins, then where do we go from here? Because Sanada has been destroying them except for Yuya Uemura. So at least we could make the call that Yuya Uemura at least defended just 4 guys. He also hasn't beaten Taka Michinoku as well, but only in the tags he's beaten Taka Michinoku. But I like where they're progressing with this feud with just 4 guys and Sanada is part of War Dogs or Bullet Club. I think either way. I like that, but it's a 3.25. Next, second match of the New Japan Cup of Night 1. Evil versus Yota Tsuji. That gets a 3 stars. Not bad, not the greatest, not amazing. It's good. It was a good match. Not saying it was bad. 3 stars still means it's good. The brawl starts outside. Evil, brawl starts outside. They beat the living crap out of each other. Boom, 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 boom. Before the bell ring, shoves the ref, beats down. He shoves the referee to continuously beats down Yota Tsuji. Yota Tsuji gets up, tosses out Dick Togo of House of Torture, and then the ref gets up and the match starts. They both do as basic things, going in and going out, moves this, moves that. Yota Tsuji tried to finish early. Evil tried to finish early. Evil tried to cheat, didn't work. Then as Yota Tsuji is running for a running tackle. It was more of a tackle, so Yota Tsuji tackles a referee. Evil then dictates to Dick Togo. Dick Togo throws a white powder in Yota Tsuji's face. Then Evil hits the low blow, hits the finish. 1, 2, 3, Evil wins. I understand. I thought maybe Yota Tsuji would at least go into the quarterfinals to be like, you know what, I'm reigning defending New Japan Cup winner. So, but I get it where they're going with it, where they might just have a thing where it's like, okay, Evil might be like, hey, Tsuji, I beat you. Sakura Genesis, I want IWGP Global Heavyweight title shot. because I don't think Evil's winning the New Japan Cup. So that's why I think they gave it to Evil. Next, we had Rohei Oiwa versus Chase Owens. I give this 3 stars. Won by submission, arm lock. They went back and forth, did their moves. It was good. It was a good match. I'm not saying it was bad. It wasn't amazing. It was good. So, co. Now we go into the main event of tonight. The main event of night 1 of the New Japan Cup 2025. Gabe Kidd versus Ren Narita. It starts with Gabe Kidd comes out and he drags Ren Narita out. And I'm like, yes, storytelling at its finest. They're beating the crap out of each other everywhere in the hall, in the stands, along the ringside. They go into the stands, before the bell even rings, and I liked it. I really, 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 really did like it. And then they go back, they go in the ring, bell rings, Ren Narita does some things, and then back out they go. And I'm like, this is perfect. This is beautifully masterful storytelling, telling you how much they don't like each other because, back at the New Beginning Osaka, House of Torture beats up War Dogs and tells him you're out of Bullet Club. And Ren Narita literally did beat the hell out of Gabe Kidd with the little wooden thingy that he had. So I liked the storytelling. This match from beginning to end had masterfully beautiful storytelling moments. They go back in the ring after. They do some high spots, some good spots, some big moves, and I do like that Gabe Kidd kept going, this is New Japan, this is New Japan. And he kept pointing at the New Japan logo because I get it. He kept saying, I'm New Japan because he knows where he came from and he's respecting that he was once a young lion in the young lion system. And now look where I am. I will always respect this company. I will always respect the lion, which I highly respect Gabe Kidd for it. And then they go outside again. Ren Narita beats him up, beating him left, right, boom, boom, around the stands again, up and down, and then slams him through. It was either like an announcer or commentary table, like the table next to that table, and then Ren Narita runs in. Gabe Kidd barely beats the count. I'm like, perfect. That's how you do it. Perfect. He beats him at 19. He gets 19. And then Gabe Kidd gets up, does a couple of things, which I really enjoyed where they were going. Sets up, goes for a clothesline. Narita throws a referee into Gabe Kidd, and I'm like, oh, oh shit. And then some of House of Torture members come in, they're helping, they're beating up Gabe Kidd, boop, 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 outside. Chair. Oh, by the way, before all of this, Gabe Kidd does set up some chairs outside the ring, which I was like, oh shit. And no. Sadly, would you know it, Ren Narita instead gets to throw Gabe Kidd into the chairs. The pile of chairs, if you will. So, but then now move over to near the end of the match where House of Torture now beating up Gabe Kidd. They go outside. Narita grabs a chair, busts him in the head, busts him open, ready to do some cheating. And guess who comes to the save? Drilla Maloney. That's right. Drilla Maloney comes out, and I'm like, yes, thank you, Drilla. Thank you, Drilla. And he comes, beats up House of Torture, drags 2 of them out, and left Ren Narita and Gabe Kidd. And I was like, this is storytelling 101. Every move, every moment, every second of this match had me glued to this story and following the story and knowing each reasoning for each thing going on. Beautifully, masterfully done. Gabe Kidd puts down the knee pad, goes for the knee, and I'm like, yes! Then he goes, pile driver 1. No. One more. Pile driver 2. 1, 2, 3. Gabe Kidd advances. Beautiful. This is storytelling at its finest. This match gets almost got a 4, but it's going to get a strong 3.75 from me. A strong one, if you will. Very close to getting a 4. It could even get a 3.9, if you will. But I go by quarters, so 3.75. So overall, I loved the opening of the New Japan Cup 2025, and I love that the day before, which was supposed to be the opening. They made great out of a bad situation. Anyways, if you guys love wrestling and you like video games, this is the channel for you. You see that red subscribe button over here? Red, right? You see it. It's red, correct? It's red. Yeah, it should be gray. So make sure you turn that gray by clicking it. So make sure it's not red and it's gray. And then you see the bell over there? Hit that bell so you're notified for all videos when we upload everything. And like and share this video around. And remember, as always, enjoy life, keep on collecting, and we'll see y'all for another video.